My name is Anne Holiday. I've been staying here at the Ayuryoga Academy for the last 4 weeks. I am an Ayurvedic practitioner from the US, but my country of origin is in the UK.
Good morning, Aneesha.
Good morning.
Thank you for giving us some time here in the Ayuryoga Academy this morning.
Oh, it's entirely my pleasure.
I know you are going to treatment very soon, so we won't take too much time, so you're on time on your treatment. Aneesha, since you are very experienced in Ayurveda and also yoga for many, many years, I know you are practicing and consulting and all, what would you explain briefly, because Ayurveda is such a huge topic, about the benefits and the importance of joining to this traditional medicine and the benefits of the Panchakarma like you are doing recently here? What would you explain?
Well, my background actually is in modern medicine. I was in modern medicine for many, many years. In fact, my husband was an oncologist, and we ran a clinic in the US. I discovered Ayurveda when I was already quite elderly, and once I discovered it, I realized that Ayurveda is the secret to good health. It is all-encompassing because it takes into consideration the body, the mind, and the spirit, which all work together to create a wholeness within you. That's why it's called holistic health. And I have been coming back now to India since 2006. Once I discovered it, there was no looking back for me. And I take Panchakarma regularly, and I would quite honestly say that this is absolutely the very best thing that you can do for yourself. It isn't something that you necessarily have to do because you have a problem. Like in the West, you go and get a treatment for something that you have a problem. If you take Panchakarma regularly, you can really prevent disease as much as feeling better. And you know that you have done it because that you feel a different person after you have taken Panchakarma.
That's very clear. And maybe you could share, you're here for 3 weeks and you are almost coming to the end of your treatment time, but still we know the benefits of the Panchakarma will really take place for much longer. In 1 month really you feel the benefit. But maybe you could share your feeling about how you feel now and compare the way you felt 3 weeks back when you came here. Maybe you can share your experience.
Yes, I came here having, of course, traveled for many days, and I think people coming over to India for Panchakarma have to understand that you have to give yourself time to recover, and you could not be doing it in a better place than this. And when I got here, I hadn't had any detoxification for a long time, even though I do follow an Ayurvedic diet and lifestyle as close as I can. But when you've been traveling for many days, you can't possibly keep that pace up because you have to eat on planes and you're in air conditioning and so on and so forth. So a period of Ayurveda, now I feel a different person, and I hope I look a different person than I did when I arrived.
You do look very glowy and very clean from inside and outside,
yes,
for
yes.
sure. And maybe last question, so what would you say to somebody who doesn't know Ayurveda and Panchakarma? What would you think it is important to say, maybe 1 or 2 important points that you would share, that somebody maybe is doubting to come to India, they don't know India, they don't know what can happen there, and what would be your recommendation to not convince but explain that there is no difficulty at all to do this choice, you know?
Well, you have to remember that India is an entirely different culture, even though it's trying to look like the West every day, which is one of the things that dismays me. But you have to realize that it's a completely different climate. The food is different. The pace of life is different. The Indian people deal with things in different ways than we do. Not necessarily that it's bad or there's nothing bad about it, but they are used to this environment, and so we have to be willing to adapt when you come to India. And so I would advise, if anybody was coming over here for Panchakarma in the first place, to give yourself a little bit of background in Ayurveda before you come, to understand what the process is going to be like. It's not always a pleasant experience. You're going to go through ups and downs, and it is only when you look back that you realize what you have experienced when you're going through it. A lot of people, and I've been in places where they will give up halfway along, but that's a perfectly normal thing to happen after a week or so, is that you wonder what you're here for and why you're here. But it's only when you have persevered and you understand the process, and then you're very glad that you come. And most people come back time and time again once they have done it.
I think that's very clear. So what you mean is that people should come here open to a new experience and
Absolutely.
leave
It
behind
isn't really anything that you compare to anything that we get in the West. There isn't anything as intensive care in this. If you go into the hospital or if you go into the nursing home, it's really an extension of the medical system. This is here to give you health, not to patch up disease. I mean,
you heal yourself.
Get benefits from that, but this is more supportive of the natural system of healing.
So I think...
does that explain really?
I think yes. I think it's very clear. Any other thing you would like to add before we finish this?
Well, this centre has just been wonderful. The location especially. It's right here on the beach, so you can enjoy the beach as much as you want to. The food is wonderful, and the opportunity to really get away from our modern day of living is quite exceptional, and I would recommend anyone to come here.
Thank you. Maybe we should specify you can enjoy the beach, and only if the doctor is okay with that. Some people get some restrictions, so they might be restricted from going to the beach.
Yeah, don't mean going in the ocean,
Yeah.
but you can certainly walk on the beach before it gets hot,
and watch the
you
sunset.
can watch the ocean. And we don't really, many of us have many opportunities to do that.
Thank you, Aneesha. Thank you. It was really very interesting. You explained it beautifully, and I wish you all the best for your health in the coming years.
Thank
and
you.
Ayurveda, you're on a good path.
I just want to end to people that don't already realize it, that having your health is the most important thing. It doesn't matter age, and if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything.
Thank you. Have a good treatment now. Thank you.